Howdy, guys. It's your boy Alternative Voice again, and I have decided to address the Uvalde Police Department and the other law enforcement officers there directly. You know, I just rewatched the security cam footage of this. I also watched the body cam footage of the Robb Elementary School shooting, which makes it even worse, by the way. But without further ado, I will go on and address the cops who did nothing. You get a lot from the state. You know, people used to portray you as, even some of the more liberal people used to portray you as these big, heroic heroes who selflessly serve and protect. Well, that was in my teen years, and I knew that they were full of shit. You know, your job is not that dangerous. In fact, you're probably safer than a lot of people. You get to carry around guns. You get to wear body armor. You have all these little laws with enhanced penalties if somebody attacks you. You've got a radio where you can call for help immediately, and if you do call for help, everything else just gets brushed aside. And the courts favor you, and everybody knows this. It's just, really, really ridiculous how many people did and still do worship you guys as heroes. And, but as we have seen here, you were nothing but a bunch of spineless cowards. You waited outside for 77 minutes while that gunman slaughtered children. I saw the video of the whole security footage and everything. There were 8 cops outside of that building. Well, inside that building. 2 of them had AR-15s and all of them had body armor. And the suspect, Salvatore Ramos, had none. He just had an AR-15 and a violent lust that made him kill 19 children and 2 teachers. And it's like you said, oh, nobody was alive and we didn't think anybody was alive in there. Bullshit. You were getting calls left and right from terrified teachers and students. Your response was just pathetic. And what's worse, you enabled him. Hell, one could make the argument that you're accessories to murder, because the parents were willing to rush in and stop him and try and stop him, but you stopped them. You arrested a lot of them, didn't you? You have failed us epically. Stoneman Douglas High was bad. Mandalay Bay was bad. Columbine was bad. Pulse nightclub, also bad. But this is the worst of them all. This is probably the biggest law enforcement failure I have ever seen in my life. And there's just no excuse for this. You say, oh, you didn't have the right kind of equipment. Well, I guess you're technically right. You lacked a spine and you lacked a set of balls. If you want to talk about like actual equipment, in all seriousness, that's some bullshit. Because you had multiple officers with AR-15s, shotguns, and shit like that. And a lot of them had rifle plates, which would have stopped the suspect's fire. You still did nothing. Absolutely nothing. For 77 minutes while he slaughtered children. All this shit about the thin blue line and all that crap. Bullshit. bullshit. And I know the Supreme Court has ruled that you have no obligation to protect us multiple times. People need to get that message that you are not here to protect and serve. You don't have the spine to protect and serve. You are not capable of protecting and serving. You are overpaid, you are over-equipped, and you are worthless. I do not see how anyone can really trust you guys. And, very few of you have been fired, but do us all a favor and just leave the fucking department. Leave law enforcement behind. And don't ever, and when you're looking for another job, please, please, don't ever, ever get another job where somebody's life may depend on it. Never ever get a job where someone has to depend on you. Because as we saw in these videos, that I will have links to in the description box, no one can. You have disgraced us all. And it's like you are the part of a bigger failure in this country. Law enforcement is a failure. Again, you guys are overpaid, you're overzealous, and you are a lot of trouble. You cause a lot of problems. And I know about the whole blue code of silence that a lot of you cops like to follow. You are nothing more than a street gang in a lot of places. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all.